Okay. We are now. Are we now? Yes, we are.
Aliens on the border.
The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found.
Faster than light, spaceship of the future.
By direction of the President of the United States, stay in your home.
Is it human or inhuman? Earthly or unearthly?
Born in that swirling inferno of radioactive dust, there is no word to describe them.
We may be witnesses to a biblical prophecy come true.
Why is it that we usually ignore the fourth dimension?
Is this the human race of the future?
Aliens on the border.
Whoa, what's going on there? Hi, welcome back to another episode. And I always do that. It was a song that was about to play, but I realized it's actually the intro to your podcast.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it was about to start Lex, yeah. But I muted it on time.
By the way, my podcast is called Good Said Bro. Check it out when you get a chance.
Good Said Bre.
Could have been on the Twilight, just done 2 podcasts at once.
All right, we can. This could be one of those. That would be the definition of a swapcast, bro.
Oh yeah,
That's what that is. Yeah.
Well, we're trying to get to do that somehow.
Yeah. But anyways,
It's gonna be called Aliens on the Good Set, bro.
Good Set Alien.
See,
Good Set on the border.
that's fine. That's fine.
Aliens just have good sets. You know.
All right.
All right.
Anyways, hi. Roger isn't here.
Mm-mm.
Send him some prayers. In a tough spot. Shout out to the big homie.
Shout out to big homie.
Aaron Suarez, what's up?
My name's Aaron Suarez. Yeah.
You guys probably know him already. And New Brody.
New Brody, upcoming comedian Robert Peralta.
Peralta's right here. That's right.
All right.
Put your mouth on that mic, Peralta.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, actually, we're gonna work out a lot better if I just put the same rules. You know,
Same fucking rules.
Same rules.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Boom. Practice from here. Practice.
Oh, well, as a matter of fact, now I can actually show you how you sound like on stage. Like that. So you guys ever do you guys know? I'll take a look.
Hey, is that your?
Well, I mean, we're in this room, so it doesn't really count.
Yeah, because it doesn't dissipate as much, but
It's all right. Monotone can sound way better.
No.
Nah.
Just be better.
Just be better, dude. Don't be sorry. Be better.
Yeah.
You got it.
There you go.
What's going on, Josh?
Nothing, man. I was interested. I had like a little interesting encounter on Facebook. I don't even call it an encounter, other than like, so everyone knows, 20% of Earth's oxygen comes from the Amazon, and it's actually 16%. I looked that up yesterday.
Oh, really? What's your source?
The internet.
The internet. Because you got to believe everything that's on there.
Hey, there were the ones that said that 20% gets produced.
Exactly.
Dude,
but
I heard a bigger percentage.
This is NASA statistics.
Dude, NASA,
not-
they don't even
it's-
have real pictures of Earth.
Oh, shit. I ain't going to stir some shit up.
I just thought it was funny because a homie of mine shared a thing that, like, for some reason related the fires to, like, oh, you should be vegan.
That makes
Like-
sense.
I was like, I at
You
first
should be vegan because fires
in Amazon
hate animals, and you're eating them. So fires like, hey, we'll take them out for you.
that wasn't a joke. That was out of context. It really is, because the whole reason the fire started was because they're plowing land for food to farm.
Right, but what do they farm?
Cows and chickens and
But
shit.
there's no
bro.
cows and chickens
In Brazil.
and like
In
the
Brazil.
Amazon.
Brazil.
Not at least not indigenous to the land.
They
you know
needed
what
to
I
clear
mean?
some land to have some more space for BJJ,
Why do you
dude.
lie? Why do you think you get your chicken nuggets?
Fuck, fight,
What
John.
do you mean?
What do you mean? What I mean? How do you,
America, bro.
Yeah,
but where do you think these chicken
I don't go
nuggets
to
come
Brazil
from?
for chicken nuggets. I go to McDonald's.
That's what I'm saying. But where do you think it comes from? I'm pretty sure there's some restaurant somewhere.
plant.
I haven't done the research, but
A
Then
chicken
no,
plant.
but like let me clarify what was. So I was very thrown off because I was like,
Yeah.
what?
I think you should lower your volume a little
Yeah,
bit because it's kind of
I'm
like
Metro Boomin. Oh yeah, now I hear it.
yeah.
Am I Metro Boomin still? Oh, there you go.
there,
There you go.
better.
There it is. Good catch. Good
No
catch.
problem, man.
Wait, talking to your mic? I feel like you're a little low ski.
Yo, what's up? What's going on, man? This
Actually,
is,
no, you're clear.
No,
Never
I'm
mind.
good. I'm
Yeah.
good.
So, anyways, yeah, the post itself was like, it was a repost of something else that said exactly what you're saying. So then I was like, all right, this doesn't sound like it's real. I'm gonna look it up because that sounds like too convenient. Like, oh, it's now the vegan cause. Like, you know what? Relax.
I mean, I'll admit there's something fishy definitely going on because, like I said, it's very rare when the Amazon catches into like fire. You know what I mean? Because it's a very humid place. It's a rainforest, for God's sakes. You know what I mean? It's a rainforest. So for it to catch on like it did, I mean, there's a whole bunch of conspiracy. Maybe it is for, you know, a move for agriculture, or maybe it's the fucking literally the lumber companies that are making a statement somehow.
Fucking lumberjacks.
You know what I mean? Because the president of Brazil actually allowed Brazil. That's the way they say it.
Brazil.
Brazzers.
The president of Brazil actually Brazzers.
I'm sorry, keep going.
I'm down.
It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. He allowed more logging companies to keep logging. You know what I mean?
I heard they just increased like the minimum wage in Brazil from 3 bananas to 7.
Oh, that's fucking.
Whoa.
That's fucking fucked up.
Hey, that's pretty good. They're moving on up,
man,
you know?
for real. No, so anyway, so I was like, wait a minute, let me look into this, because I have not looked into this, and I've just been talking shit this whole time. Obviously, that's a joke, but so I looked into it. I was like, what? Go to Google, and I was like, hey, bro, what started these fires? and then there was like New York Times, what started these fires? Click.
Non-vegan.
And this is what really fucking made me laugh, because it was like they're clearing land to plant crops, and I was like, aha. So it's not true.
Yeah, but wouldn't you think you can
agriculture? First of all, I don't think
everything's made of corn. They're going.
There you fucking go. So in the name of plants, they burnt down the Amazon. You should not be vegan. You should eat more meat.
Fucking true. Actually.
There you go.
You know, I like how you guys take it from that perspective. I looked at the other end. Have you ever tried to actually be vegan?
Yes.
I've done it for 30 days. It's the worst thing ever.
I did it for like 90.
Really?
It wasn't that bad.
Like if we actually have to be vegan for like the rest of our lives, we're totally fucked. Because
I've never tried it.
I have to eat bacon. You know, every once in a while I need a steak.
I've never tried it because mostly it's my life.
Because I'm not a faggot. This is jokes, guys. Or is it? I don't know. So no, I mean, I've tried it.
It's sad. Honestly, like I'm a big animal lover. So fucking you know, I love.
So you
I
shed
love
a
the
tear.
Amazon.
I'm not, dude.
It hurts. It hurts because I really fucking like animals from all over the place, and Amazon has a lot of
who commented that? Can you see who commented that? I don't know. We
had a good run.
Yeah.
Hello, in the wise words of the Gordi Loca.
Valimos
Nos vamos a morir a la verga.
Who put that?
Juvie Sanchez, what's up, man? That's a great.
Oh, that's the boy. Yeah,
that's
the homie.
That's fucking funny.
What up, Juvie?
Quoting la Gordi Loca.
No, but yeah. So I just thought that was funny because I was like, well, in the small amount of research that I did, and I don't know what the answer is, and I'm 100% sure it's probably like a multi-factor answer.
Yeah.
Right? Like global warming, it's fucking morning. I mean, I'm just like, it's global warming, all this other fucking shit, you know.
Maybe it's people
and not only that, it's also like there's still undiscovered plants that have medicines that we haven't discovered yet. There's a lot of animals that have a lot.
That's bullshit.
Dude, what the fuck are you talking about?
I think we have enough pharmaceuticals. We've done enough science.
Last time we get a Jesus fucking freak on a podcast, I'll tell you that much. That's not true. We have all the. That is the medicine. Like that is the medicine.
I wasn't even going there. I was talking about hemp. I mean, there's so many avenues we can go with.
Yes, right.
Here's
but it's 100% true. There's a lot of like undiscovered species
of plants, of animals. I don't know if you know a sloth. You know what a sloth is, right?
Yeah.
It's one of the sins. Obviously, you know that. But it's also an animal.
Yeah.
It's also an animal. So a sloth actually has its own ecosystem in its fur. It has different algae that
planets orbit its body.
No, it has a bunch of algae that's already linked to curing some cancers, man. And that's on an animal. You know what I mean? So there's still undiscovered.
But the thing is, why is it not being used? Why is it not being discovered?
Because they haven't discovered it.
You just said it right now. Like you're aware of it.
I don't know about that.
There's other people that are aware of it.
I don't know about that.
The sloth that it's not perfected yet, and it's not FDA approved. So, and like marijuana's not FDA approved.
But you're making my point.
What do you mean? What?
Because there's a certain system set in place where certain drugs are approved and certain are not for whatever particular reason.
Yeah,
right?
Mostly money.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So it comes down to that. There's going to be a lot of there's a lot of diseases that have cures.
But again,
they're not going to get approved by FDA.
But marijuana is being used. So those medicines that they're not going to be approved by FDA,
and they've even shown those.
You can still get them. You can still use them somehow. You still get weed, don't you?
No, but I'm saying on a medical, like a medicinal.
I don't know.
Purposes.
I don't know what the argument is anymore.
I know.
I initially thought you were saying that there's no new species in the Amazon, and now we're talking about weed. But there's
I-
100%
because he's
species. in
I
saying-
the
didn't bring up weed this time.
He
so.
didn't
Yeah.
believe somehow that there was
New species in the Amazon.
that are
Undiscovered,
plants,
yeah, or
plants that
yeah.
have are being used to
medicinal
make- yeah,
applications.
Exactly, he doesn't believe that.
Well, I didn't say. Well, that's a strong standpoint. That I
What
don't
you
believe that.
You said that.
That's not what I said at all.
You said it's
what did you say?
bullshit.
What I'm saying is that I'm pretty sure there's a lot of different plants that haven't been discovered. There's a lot of different factions of medicines that can be used to heal in ways that we don't have currently. But most what I'm saying is I'm pretty sure a lot of them have. They're just not going to get approved by the FDA. They're not going to go through that same system. So there's like a holistic approach.
But that's not-
where you go to like a medicine man in the Amazon or some shit. You know,
That wasn't the point in the beginning. The beginning of the point
And
was that
so I boiled some ayahuasca, and we're about to drink
the
it.
point was that it's sad because there's a bunch of undiscovered plants. That's the only thing I said, and you're like, it's bullshit. And I was like, whoa.
I'm pretty sure
Whoa.
I'm pretty sure they have been discovered, or people are using them in
Well,
certain
no, there's
applications.
facts. There's actually
Hashtag facts.
conservationists that say there's so many more things that aren't discovered yet. Even in Madagascar. Madagascar's a little island. There's
Yeah.
so many new things that are being discovered every day.
They have their own different species.
Fuck
and
the
that.
Amazon. You
Yeah.
saw what they did to Jennifer Lopez and Ice Cube.
Oh, you're talking about Anaconda?
Yeah.
Nice
God
Anaconda
damn.
reference.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
The Blood Orchard.
Fuck, that snake was bullshit, dude.
I mean, if you think the snake was bullshit, what do you
Anacondas
think
are
was Sharknado was?
crazy, dude. Anacondas are crazy.
They are.
bro.
They are.
They're fucking crazy.
It's the biggest snake in the world.
Yes, it is, dude. Like, can you imagine seeing one?
You
I
can
mean,
go to a zoo and
right.
see one,
But
you
I'm
know
saying
that, right?
I'm saying like in the wild. Like you're walking, you're an Amazonian. You just ate another person because you're a cannibal, and then you're walking.
You keep saying Amazonian as if you forget they're Brazilians.
No, but they're Amazonian because they're like factions of undiscovered peoples, or not undiscovered, but people that haven't made contact with the outside world.
They're indigenous Brazilians.
Indigeni. I don't know if that's a word.
This is the public school system.
It's in
I work
Brazil,
here.
but it's in Amazon. like we're
Actually, you
we're
know
in
what?
the United States, but we're Texans.
But here's the thing. There's actually
That's a good point. That's a
no,
good
no,
point.
no. There's
That's a
actually a
valid point.
city called Amazonia.
That's cool as fuck.
You're not blessed.
Blesseth thou. If
You know, so maybe those are Amazonians, like by default, technically. Yeah.
Perhaps, but if you live in a place that's called the Amazon, excuse me, let me fucking eat this ice. I'm sorry.
Honestly, not a
dick.
dick joke. I legit owned a green anaconda in the 90s. Wow. Well,
Did it like grow up? And would you
you
do
white
it?
people, you white people just like owning shit, don't you, Will?
Who's Will?
Will Shroud is actually part of the Laredo Border Slam. He's a big beard guy. He talks like
going on, Will?
Foghorn. What's his name?
Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I do declare. Nah, Will's cool, man.
That's dope.
Gesundheit.
Gesundheit.
Thank you, Will.
Nice. It
Appreciate
definitely with a
it.
G.
Yeah, man.
And
So, yeah, poor Brazilians. They're burning up.
for
you know.
real, that's like, I honestly I don't know, but like, am I a dick because I give less of a fuck about that than I do about like what's been going on with like Epstein and all this other shit? Like, is it equally? It's probably equally as important. Would you say?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe it supersedes it
be-
because it's planetary affecting versus like.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
but at the
both
same
of them
time,
can be.
Yeah, but at the same time, Epstein, it's like it's like child trafficking kind of
Yeah,
shit. So
like,
that's fucked up too. It's
That's
not
super fucked up.
it's almost equally the same, if not a little.
Probably
bit
right
worse.
because like I feel like both actually influence like geopolitical
They're both
things.
bad shit. They're
Right.
both bad things.
100%.
So that's the only thing. But yeah, fuck Epstein. Glad he's dead. I hope they find more people. I hope they arrest Clinton, man. I hope they don't kill me for that.
I don't know, bro. I hope he came strapped.
I'm sorry. Clinton was my favorite president.
It's all right. You won't get assassinated, bro.
Thanks.
You'll get suicided, but you won't get assassinated.
Yeah.
And it's been like I don't know. I feel like the Amazon is the hey, look away from the Epstein thing. Like, what if they were like,
well, that's what I told you in the other thing. What if something catastrophic happens?
Oh, shit, that's true.
That are like, hey, look over here now. Forget about Epstein. Because people you haven't seen Epstein shit
nothing
after the Amazon.
If you Google it right now, people listening, the top articles are going to be like ongoing investigation, and if you're going to click it, it's going to say
Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Yeah, it's going to say Popeye's chicken sandwich versus Chick-fil-A. Which one's better?
Which Popeyes is delicious. I will say that.
Have you had either or? I mean, I've had Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I've had
obviously.
both. I mean, I like them both. It's
You're
not
like, okay. It's not a.
It's not like a Team Popeyes and Team Chick-fil-A. I'll eat them both. Whoever's closer.
We all know you're actually team In and Out, so it's fine.
Yeah. I love In and Out.
Yeah.
I fucking love In and Out. You never tried it?
I've never tried it.
So shut the fuck up.
I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying we all know that.
That's a completely different thing, though. We're talking about chicken sandwiches.
Yeah, it's fast food. Same rule.
Anyways, yeah. So I don't really care if they're both gonna give you diabetes eventually. So, they're equally
100%.
the same in that sense.
Yeah, but one's like geographically affecting everybody, and Epstein's just another rich dude.
We're talking about the sandwiches now, man. What the fuck?
Hey, I'm just saying they affect both of them because now we gotta have farming land and it's completely fucked.
So 20%. I'm sorry. Whatever percentage of the oxygen.
It's a big percent,
right?
Yeah,
right. I'm not saying that it isn't. I was gonna get to this. So now that that's gone, we have that much more land to create food for everyone that's starving. Is that what's gonna happen?
Absolutely not.
What's gonna happen then?
It's just mass producing vegetables by what's it called? That
vegans.
Monsanto.
Fucking vegans.
Monsanto's just gonna throw them seeds,
right?
So they can grow their own.
It's all right, man. You just get on the Scotia from now on instead of Google, and hopefully they just plant enough trees to bypass all that stuff that's going on. Have you heard of that?
I'm gonna plant a fucking tree, dude. No, what's that?
Hey, whoever the watchers that are watching, if you have any input or want to say something or comment something,
do it.
Please do it. Like, it's an interactive thing. We're always watching, so please ask us anything you want.
We're always watching.
You can ask us. You can ask us about his shirt, about his why he hasn't shaved.
He's going vegan.
Popeyes or Chick-fil-A. No. Actually, I don't want to know that. Like, who gives a shit about that? Got it. Jewy Sanchez is on it immediately.
Dude, 100%. So
I was at Corpus yesterday, man.
I was actually about to ask you about that.
I did a show yesterday at Mesquite Street Comedy Club, and it was amazing. It was so fucking good, dude.
It was a legit show.
Corpus came out, dude. It was sold out. It was a sold out fucking show. And fucking the crowd was just fucking phenomenal. I was just telling them, sometimes when you get crowds like that are sold out, we'll just put something. You called me Foghorn Leghorn, bitch. All right, cool. So yeah. So I was telling him as we were driving back, it's weird when you do big crowds like that because you expend all your energy when you're on stage, right? Like, and they're fucking filling in, you're fucking crushing, and fucking you leave everything on stage and you give them all your energy and they take that home with them. But once you leave, you're like, you start withdrawing, like, I'm all alone now. You know what I mean? It's such a weird feeling. It's almost like a drug. You know what I mean?
Like you're riding a high. Molly.
Yeah, something like that. And I was telling him that's why I like to travel with another comedian. At least we can talk about the show or something like that. You know what I mean? But because I've been in shows where I go and it's a great fucking crowd and I do fucking well, and then I have to drive all the way home to Laredo, like 2 or 3 hours, and I'm just like, all by myself.
We're just gonna discuss your depression real quick.
Yeah, no, I talked to my neighbor about it. He's a psychotherapist, so I'm already getting help.
You're cool, dude.
Invest in your mental illness. He might be a sponsor on the podcast, so
for fucking
we might.
I wanted to ask you, like, how is it being at that show, like from that perspective, seeing like a legit ass show? Had you like from the perspective of now, kind of being like an up and coming comic and shit?
It was humbling, first off, because like all the comedians there, they've been doing it for a while. Each of them had 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah,
nice.
They all killed it. It was a monster show. Everyone was into it. I think the crowd's reaction was awesome.
Yeah, they were cool. They were a good crowd.
From somebody who's new, you see it. And I'm taking notes, like mental notes. Like you see them, interacting a little bit more with the crowd. Sometimes it's, like somebody will start heckling them, they'll start talking to them, and it turns into a whole thing. So
there was no hecklers last night, though. By the way.
Yeah, there wasn't real.
It was more interactive. Like I would, talk to someone real quick.
The show with that you had at the
Orly said that you look nervous as fuck.
Orly, you should be here.
Orly, why aren't you here?
You should be here.
Fuck a pussy. Now the show that was super interactive, like inadvertently, was a fucking House of Whiskey show with the San Antonio people. I forgot their names.
Oh yeah, Larry Garza and Tram. Yeah, that was cool.
It was fucking funny.
Larry was having fun up there. That's you know, there's a decent amount of people. Shit was going on. You know, that venue. There's windows all over the place. When I first saw that venue, I was like, "This is beautiful." People are gonna be walking downtown, and be like, "Oh, there's a show going on,"
and then be like,
it totally backfired. Like
that day at least.
But I feel like either way, people are walking. It distracts from the
crazy.
show. Like they're like, who's that loser fucking walking?
Well, there was like 100 Mexicans running around with their luggage,
just fucking ran,
like full force running,
Yeah.
like trying to get somewhere.
What if they weren't Mexicans?
What if they were Brazilians running away from the Amazon fire?
There you go. You're learning.
Hey, you know what? Hey, if there's still freedom to be made, right?
So I'm sorry. Shout out to Mesquite Street Comedy Club, Javi Luna and Brandon Gonzalez.
I was about to ask if
for
Javi's
having
still
me.
on.
Trey and Bubba Flores, the other comics that rocked the stage with me, they're fucking dope as fuck. And he was giving me shit when we were driving up there because the only merch I have is stickers, right? He was like, "That's not merch, bro." Like, what do you mean? He's like, "That's not merch. Fucking get real merch." I was like, "But it's my stickers, man." Good said, bro. Aaron saw. He's like, "It's not
real merch, bro."
Bro, I almost sold out.
What's up?
What's up?
Hey.
All the people that bought stickers, thank you so much.
Right.
This guy,
This
no,
is
two dudes. I was like, how many stickers do you want? He's like, I'll just take 2. I was like, how much is it? I was like, oh, it's 3 for 1 or 2 for 5. He was like, just give me 2. He gave me a 20. And I was like, I don't. Let me get changed. Like, no, you're good. 2 guys did that
Damn.
shit. 2 guys did that shit.
Out here supporting the cause.
Yeah, but I'm working on a shirt. Hopefully for the next show in September. The Blind Tiger. I'm coming Friday the 13th. Ooh. It's gonna be a dope show, and hopefully I'll have a couple of shirts to sell there. I don't know what yet, but they've been requesting them. I got a request yesterday, I think. So we'll see what happens there.
That's fucking
Hey,
cool.
you made your money though, man. You made your money.
I did. I made double what I got paid because of merch. You know,
Fuck yeah.
merch is very important.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. From like the audience standpoint, I feel like stickers are a good move because sometimes you don't want to commit to a T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're like your
stickers you can put anywhere.
Right, and also like, what if you're in the situation where like you fuck with the dude, but maybe not enough to buy a shirt, but you're like, I'll take a sticker. Fuck it.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
exactly. So that's why I haven't. I guess since I don't think I'm that well known yet per se, I keep it safe with a sticker. You know what I mean?
Super safe.
Yeah. Or even koozies. I knew a guy who would sell koozies that said do koozies, not crack or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, I'm just playing it safe. But I mean, when you have people saying, "Hey, when are you gonna come out with a shirt?" I'll be like,
That's probably the time you gotta.
maybe, but I think I would start off small. Like I'd print out like 5 shirts, see how that goes. You know what I mean?
I feel like those would probably sell on a show for sure.
You think
like
so?
100%.
Yeah, I just don't know the idea yet. I don't know if I should make a Good Set Bro podcast kind of thing, just with the logo right here.
Right.
Right. Very simple. Aaron Suarez comedy, whatever the fuck. But I don't know. I'm still working on it. Anyways, what else do you guys want to talk about?
So I mean, what else was your takeaway from the whole experience, bro? Was it? Let me ask this question actually. Was that your first out of town show as like a?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the first one. It was good, man. Dude, that venue was legit.
Yeah.
I mean, it literally had 2 of my favorite things: pizza and comedy.
Nice.
Same place. You know, so
it's a small room, a brick wall in the background, spotlight, packed fucking room, dude.
Yeah.
It looked packed. I saw
It
the show you
was
posted.
so fucking fun. It was fun, man. I can't. And tomorrow I actually have to go to Austin. I want to do a Misfits of Comedy.
Are you gonna?
Or
Is
Misfit
that
Comedy?
at Cap City or no?
No, that's not at Cap City. That's actually in some place called Baker Street. This guy Leon Liu, he actually what's it called?
Reached out.
Yeah. No, actually, he actually put me on his show. So really excited about that. About working that stage pretty soon. So yeah, Austin, trying to get more work there, man. Trying to get more work in Austin.
Have you had any sets like at Cap City, or is that just?
I've just
really
done open
like,
mics. I just done open mic. Cap City it's very like
That's like
you have to live in Austin to get into Cap City,
Right,
or
okay.
you have to be like a really
fucking name.
Yeah, you
Right.
or get some fucking major.
I've only
awesome
been-
credits.
I've
They have,
only
an
been
they have an
once.
open mic on Tuesdays.
Oh, okay.
From what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
on Sundays actually.
On Sundays?
Yeah.
Oh, Sundays. That's right. That's right.
I've
Yeah,
only
it's
gone
on
once,
Sunday.
and I got B-Shop.
Oh, Brendan.
I saw him live. Yeah.
Yeah, Brendan Schaub.
Yeah.
How was he?
All right. I mean, like it wasn't horrible, but like
You're not buying his stickers.
I
Did he
would
have-
because
did
he
he
has a
have
badass podcast. Probably, I don't remember. I'm pretty sure he had merch, and I saw Chin tall as fuck. The fucking,
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like fucking super tall. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't think you were this tall. And his brother was also there, Jay. And I was like, damn, you're also huge. They were like all fucking huge. I was like, what the fuck?
That's
pretty
another
crazy.
thing about going to the Mesquite thing.
Yeah.
A lot of the comedians were fat, so I felt like family, you know?
Right.
Like
You're
I
like,
just
okay.
automatically fit in, you know? Like
They made fun of me. Javi made fun of me. He's like, I hate when guys like Aaron fucking say how fat they are, and they're not. And then he was like, hey man, what size jeans do you wear? I was like, 38. It's like, fuck you, dude.
You're not fat.
He's like, I remember third grade.
Oh yeah, motherfucker. It was fun. It was fun. But I mean,
Javi's a fucking beast, dude.
yeah, he is. He's so fucking funny, man. Such a what's it called? So he's such a vet. He's a veteran, man, in the game.
Do you have any like shows here locally coming up soon?
Yeah, September 18th right now is the Rooftop Comedy Showcase. I mean, yeah, the Rooftop Comedy Showcase.
That place is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I think this time the owners, they want to do it inside.
Oh, okay.
Because they have a brick wall too, and
Right.
they want to set up a stage for me with a spotlight. So I was like, why not? We can give it a shot. You know, Laredo's kind of hot.
Yeah,
either
and
way.
I was also gonna say, like, I feel like as we get closer in September, it's probably gonna rain more, because I feel like the temperature's probably
Yeah.
gonna drop down a bit. So
Yeah, because of rainforest.
yeah, rainforest fires.
So yeah, September 18th, I'm bringing down Corey Mack from Louisiana, New Orleans, Louisiana, and his wife is also actually a comic.
What?
Yeah, Ina Esther. She's well. I think actually she's from. I don't want to fuck it up, but it's one of those like Holland or.
Like Europe?
Yeah, she's from
Like
Europe.
the Netherlands and shit?
Netherlands. Yeah,
Okay.
I think she's from the Netherlands. No. Swiss, maybe. I don't know. But
Sweden.
she's from somewhere over there, and she's funny too. I got to work with her.
That's interesting.
And Corey Mack at.
Does she talk like every 90s cliche European woman?
No. She's actually very educated woman. Very funny too. And Corey Mack's a beast. He calls himself the silly shaman, and he does like this cool. What's it called? The looping thing? Like
Yeah. Very
right?
like Reggie Watts.
Yeah,
type of shit? Okay.
type of shit. And then like it's a comedy too. Like he does stand up too. You know? what I
Oh,
mean?
that's cool.
So yeah, I'm really excited to have him. He's gonna be actually on the Good Set Bro podcast.
Awesome.
He's gonna come in a day early.
Oh.
Yeah, so he can actually
He's
get
like
it done.
fucking. He got the shit on lock. That's what's
Well, I
up.
told him I was like, just stay at my place. Just please come a day early so we can get this podcast. He's like,
Boom.
all right, man.
Boom.
So yeah,
There it is.
yeah.
And-
September 18th, a Rooftop Comedy Showcase. There might be a comedy happy hour before that, but it's not
Set in stone.
it's not set in stone yet. So, but for right now, for sure, it's September 18th, Rooftop Comedy Showcase.
Do you know if the mic drop is gonna keep going throughout? It
Yeah.
should, right? Like, yeah, it's like a fucking
Yeah. The mic drop's gonna keep going.
They're pretty well established, I think.
yeah. Oh, I know. It's just Roger's always like, oh, and we're also gonna be like every Thursday in whatever month, and I'm like, what?
I don't know.
I just assumed.
I don't know if some. I don't know why he says that. I mean, it seems like it's established.
Yeah,
you know what I
I
mean?
feel like it is.
I don't know. That's very creative. How this guy made it into like a pentagram
Yeah.
kind of thing. Or did you do that?
I don't remember. It might have been whoever fucked with it last, because somebody else that was here was like,
A Satanist.
Look. Yeah.
All right, cool, dude.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Had a couple of them over.
Okay.
I was actually like, have you ever like had a conversation with any Satanists? about
I think I have. I don't know where it was, but I knew someone who was really into Satan, and I told him something. And I'm not big. I mean, I have my faith, but I'm not like big religious. You know. I do believe in God, but I told him this. I was like, isn't it kind of like silly how you're like God isn't real and Satan this and Satan that, but the story, just the story format of it, like God made Satan and God, put him in his place.
Basically,
You're basically like praising someone that's inferior. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But there's a lot of Satanists out there that go like, oh, do what you want kind of mentality.
what thou wilt.
What is it called?
You have to consider
Hedonism?
that there's different forms of it. Like here in Laredo, there's like Santa Muerte and stuff like that.
But that's
Yeah.
more like a death cult type of shit,
That's
right?
more like a black magic kind of thing.
100%.
Yeah.
Ooh, dude, this is gonna be a 4DF probably for October.
A what?
Fourth Dimension Fridays topic.
Oh
for
yeah,
October.
yeah. That'd be cool.
Like
That'd be
all
cool.
those weird little fucking things.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Santa Muerte is weird. It's a weird, like,
weird.
praising, like, death, right? It's a death cult. Like, you're right.
It's a fucking death cult, bro.
It's just a belief in death or something like that. They believe. Here's the thing that's, like, a little weird and hypocritical. They're like, we pray to death for safe.
life.
No, to be safe. I'm like, death is death, dude.
Yeah,
like how do you want death to keep you safe? Like, it's trying to take you. How is it gonna keep you safe?
I don't know.
And then the Santa Muerte, what is it? Me guía, like, guide me to where?
To death.
I guess so,
if there's any Santa Muerte practitioners out there, and like,
you're not invited.
No, I want to have you on, but like, also
watch your lizards be dead by the morning.
I just want to know more about like what the whole deal is. I'm not trying to talk shit to you and have you like kill me in any way, shape, or form, or anyone I know. But I don't know. I just find it like fascinating. Like, what the fuck?
Your lizards are gonna be face up.
Why do you even want to be open up to that? You're already saying it from a logical perspective.
Because it's fascinating, bro. Like, why are you open up to religion?
It's not religion. It's Jesus, man.
That's why. Like, it's like it's fascinating in the sense that like
speaking to the secular community is one thing, right? But now you're going into like a spiritual realm that you don't understand.
Well, I mean, I've been a spiritual person. You assuming I don't understand is your own thing.
I mean, I'm just saying, if you know it's death, why would you invite that?
Juvie Sanchez says,
say?
They pray to her for fortune and favors, and you have to repay her. If you don't, she will take something from you. Something like that. Well, obviously you work for the cartel, sir.
What's up, Juvie?
Well, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. It's kind of like they do that for a lot of things. Like even in like the Catholic religion, they praise what's it called? The guy with that holds the coin.
San Judas.
San Judas.
Well, that's even more messed. That's another level of messed up. But
you know what I mean?
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people. I mean, they're not saying they want something bad to happen because they're actually a saint. You know, it's some kind of saint, and it doesn't.
I feel like that's doesn't represent paganism.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Yeah, definitely.
That's right. But what I'm saying is like it's not representing anything evil. You know what I mean? It's just it's a saint that comes out in the Bible.
Saints are not in the Bible.
Saint Jude.
Well, the thing is, like,
are not in the Bible. There's no saints in the Bible.
There's no saints.
No, really, there isn't.
No.
Oh, well,
that's a Catholic thing, man.
Yeah,
that's why I don't know.
It's like the Hall of Fame Catholics. Like, hey, this guy molested this many kids.
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
Saint. Wow. I'm just playing. I'm kidding. I'm just fucking joke, dude. Fuck. All right.
Yeah, you're a fucking comic, man. Fuck.
Not really, but like just like saying bullshit.
I wasn't calling you a comic.
Oh, okay, thanks. So speaking of which, I don't even know why I said that, but I want to get to that story later. I want you to elaborate more on
what the fuck, dude.
Your point, like on your point of like.
Because I've seen several examples. I've been to people's houses where they actually worship that stuff. That's what they're about.
Have you seen anything more weird? Like people acting weird and shit like that? Yeah, yeah. Please.
Man, elaborate.
I go over there and I pray for them, man, and they start reacting certain ways.
Like exorcisms.
Yeah,
essentially.
Get the fuck out.
What's your denomination or what is? Like, and I mean, I'm not trying to put you on the spot or anything. I'm just fascinated by it, curious.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, I go to a non-denominational church.
Can you pass me the water?
What does that mean?
It's
there's
about Jesus and nothing else.
There's different factions of Christianity, and they're all separated by little minor things. But basically, I believe whatever's in the Bible.
Okay.
What's in the Bible is, what I believe in. And when it comes to this kind of stuff, some people are possessed. Like the people that follow this kind of stuff, they're sometimes possessed.
Is the Christian Bible the same as the Catholic one?
It is. There's different versions of it, but essentially, yes, it is.
It is.
I've always made the joke that.
So why are they so separate? Because they praise on like statues, and you guys don't.
It's more of a tradition, I think. Catholics have been doing what they've been doing for years. I've been baptized as a Catholic.
Same.
I have the Virgin Guadalupe on my leg.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Like it's been so ingrained in our culture.
Yeah,
for years.
For sure.
I think it's one of those where I've always made the joke where the difference between Catholics and Christians is Christians actually read their Bible. I've always made that joke. But it's one of those where they're following a practice based off of what their parents did or their grandparents did. And that's not necessarily wrong.
Yeah. I actually go sometimes to the Catholic Church, and the only thing because I've been in both religions, it's essentially the same thing, but just different ritualistic things.
Yeah,
like
different
they
formats.
have different formats, different rituals. Like Catholicism has a lot of rituals. You know
Yeah, it's
what I
like
mean?
super organized.
Yeah.
Very like ritualistic fashion.
The thing is, like, when I'm growing
you
up,
eat a dude's blood and
Oh shit!
his flesh.
That's the whole thing. It comes out in the Bible, man.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing. I mean, it's more of like not a literal thing, right?
Oh yeah, but it's a ritual nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely.
So I don't want to cut you off, but let's get back to the exorcisms. Like, what's the weirdest shit you go when you go and pray to someone? Like, what's the weirdest, most creepiest shit that you've seen that you're like, maybe we shouldn't pray for this bitch. Let's leave her alone. Let's leave her alone.
Peace.
Let's get out of here, guys.
I'm Gucci.
Let's go get Little Caesars. Fuck this bitch.
I remember I went to go.
Is that orally commenting? I'll look. No, I'm sorry. Keep going.
No, it's not.
I remember I went to this dude's house. He showed up to the church. He got saved. He started, he repented, essentially. We went to his house, and he swore to us that there was somebody in there moving stuff around. So we start praying for the house. We notice that there's statues. You'll usually see statues of different stuff, and that's an indicator of stuff that you need to throw out to remove this type.
What
of
kind of statues?
Like literal statues. Like he had a little
like effigies and shit, right?
Exactly.
Like a what?
Like a little effigy that's like a representation of like a god or whatever the fuck.
Okay.
And like he would smoke weed, and he'd put the little blunt there for the statue.
The statue would pick it up and puff pass.
Yeah,
I see.
And the thing is that, like, I mean, it's a demonic spirit. It's not nothing good can come out of it. But people are promised some things, or they believe in the lie, or they're not aware. Because I've been in situations where we're praying for, like, I remember once we were praying for this lady, and her back like went all the way back, like it was
like a back bend like this.
Yeah, it was insane. It's what it was.
And what was your reaction? Was it like, oh no, this is totally fine, we're just gonna keep praying for her? Because me, I'd run out of the door. I'd run out the fucking door and be like, fuck that bitch, dude. Like, call the cops. Like, this is weird.
If I'm good in my walk with God, if I've been reading my Bible, doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Because I know Jesus is far superior to anything demonic.
Yeah.
But there's a reverence of taking that stuff seriously, because if you're not okay with God, there's no sense in praying for people, or not like that at least, because these people are really possessed, and their spirit can jump on you, essentially.
Yeah.
And this is just my belief, but I've seen it. I've seen people do some crazies. I remember once my dad, he showed a photo, and like basically people were all believing something. What they had dildos, different sizes of dildos in their cajones. They had like that's what they did. You know what I mean? Like,
they like to fuck.
And so it's out there. It's a real thing. But I think if
let's just not pass by the dildos. Like
what color were they?
Like if you just didn't
all different colors, all different sizes.
So they
would fuck themselves with that. And
I
did you smell them?
No, I wasn't there. I just saw I offer it to you. I just saw a photo, but like there's been so many instances where I see some crazy stuff like that to an extreme.
Yeah.
Based off people who believe in that kind of stuff.
Do you ever get conflicted, since you're a big religious guy? Do you ever get conflicted because you're a pothead, and does it ever conflict with your religion or your belief doing that? Because I know there's some Christians that obviously don't fucking agree with smoking weed.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Way to put me on the spot. I like it.
No. It's a legit question, because
it is. It's something that has always been. I've always had to work on it. Because when I first got saved, I had gotten arrested for possession. I was living a lot differently than I am now. So in my mind, it's one of those where I'm not out, outside the window as I'm driving, smoking weed. You know what I mean? I don't think it's something that people need. I do like the medicinal purposes of it. I do believe in the medicinal purposes of it. I think some people can't handle.
But it's also known to, when I was a Christian, it's also known with the psychoactive part to open up oracles, demon oracles. And and my cousin's an actual Christian pastor, and that's what he told me. You know what I mean? So like, if you how you pray for people,
what you're listening to.
Well, okay, but since you pray for people, don't you ever want people to pray for you to stop smoking weed?
I'm pretty sure they do, man. I wouldn't be surprised if they do, because I'm pretty open about that.
That's
always been a problem of mine. I guess, or I should say, that's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
I just, to me, before I got saved, there was people doing a lot crazier things than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like to me, smoking weed every once in a while, I don't do it all the time. You know, now I'm looking
just every day, but that's fine.
No, not even every day.
Just to be clear, I don't think that there's anything wrong if you smoke weed every day.
Me neither. I'm counting down the days when I get off probation, and the reason I smoke weed is because I wanna.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're out of the system, you definitely won. I agree.
I wanna do it.
Anyways, sorry, keep going. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Well, no, it's just one of those where, you know, I don't believe smoking weed every day is essential. Like, I don't think I can function better.
Yeah.
It's a coping mechanism essentially.
But see, that's the thing though. I don't think people should use it as a coping mechanism because it's like the same shit as people using alcohol as a coping mechanism.
Yeah, but
you know why I smoke it? Because I love it.
Well, no, I get that, but alcohol, cocaine, acid.
Can we backtrack
mushrooms.
a bit here to what you mentioned? Because I was a little bit distracted. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but
what the fuck, dude? You're doing a podcast. I don't know if you know this.
I was responding to the post that we talked about initially about the vegan dude saying that, hey, be vegan because forest fires.
Yeah,
So that's what happened.
You're responding?
But what about bacon?
I mean, what about it? I don't know.
I don't know.
Bacon?
But I want you to just backtrack a bit to what you were saying about psychotronic demonic portals or something like that.
Oh, yeah. So my cousin's a pastor.
Right.
I believe he still is. And he would tell me that like psychoactive shit, like especially like mushrooms and like marijuana or whatever, can open up demon oracles or something like that. You know what I mean? And you're allowing things to come into your life. You're opening up these per se dimensions. You know that
the doors
the portals where things can come in to your life. You know, essentially.
Well, I would probably ask your cousin. You know how. You know, what type of music is he listening to? Is he reading the Bible? Is he actually absorbing anything?
He's the pastor.
He's a pastor.
And he's the one that's saying that like people can do this shit.
The thing is, the pastor does like being a pastor.
And he's a Christian pastor. And not one of the crazy Christians like, you know, you could only be in this church or, you know, we're going to fuck your wife. You know, not those kind of weird Christians. Like he's like a legit, like, just Christian,
being a
Christian.
pastor is a whole other thing. Like there's a responsibility because now essentially you're responsible for other people.
Yeah, I think if you'd ask him, he'd probably punch you in the fucking face.
Yeah, no, I mean he'd definitely would be.
I would love to explore that with him because I'm curious about that.
Yeah, and the reason he told me that is because I went on a mushroom trip, and the next day I told him my whole fucking experience. Oh, here's the thing.
Share your experience with us.
The mushroom trip,
was it a good trip?
It started off good, and then it just turned so fucking 180 on me.
They always say, because I used to grow mushrooms back in the day.
Yeah.
They always say, like, whatever kind of mindset you're in, that's how you're going to trip.
Yeah.
So,
but at the time, I was just, like, really into drugs a lot. Forbidden portals to the truth and then an eyeball. Thank you, Jewy.
Boom.
But here's let me backtrack to my cousin.
You're right.
Before he was a pastor, when he was younger, he was really like into drugs and shit like that, right? Like cocaine, he would drink, da 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 da. He told me that one time he was really fucked up, right? And that he used to live with my grandma. That one time he was also in gangs and shit like that. So one time that he went to the mirror, this was years ago, like maybe 20 years ago, that he went to the mirror and that he saw himself and that he knew that he wasn't smiling. Like his face was just looking at the mirror, but the mirror was kind of like grinning at him like,
that's right, motherfucker.
Yeah, like in an evil kind of grin. And that he was like, oh shit. And that he said that his wife at the time, or girlfriend at the time, he went to the living room and he felt like he was being chained up and he fell on his knees and he couldn't fucking move. And then that he yelled out, you know, God, help me. And then he just kind of like got released or whatever. You know what I mean? And that's when the turning point started changing. It was just like, it wasn't from one day to the next, but that's when he was like, fuck all this shit.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He got woken up from all that.
Yeah.
Hashtag stay woke.
I mean, I consider myself a very
woke individual,
logical person.
Okay.
You know, more logical than anything. And it could have been a string of things. It could have been a bad panic attack mixed in with psychoactive fucking things from all the drugs he was doing. What the fuck do I know? It could have been a religious
had this experience.
Yeah,
he had this experience while he was on some like psychedelic drugs, or no? Or
I don't know. But at the same time, if you're doing cocaine, if you're drinking and shit like that, cocaine's cause to no paranoia, and you can also hallucinate with enough fucking cocaine in your body.
I wouldn't
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it makes sense,
right?
It makes sense because it's still it's fucking with your neurons. Either way, it's fucking with your what's it called? Your neurological system. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It is. So I mean,
Well, here's the thing. And
people hallucinate on alcohol sometimes.
100%.
You know what I mean?
people can hallucinate on
pretty much
nothing.
anything. Yeah, exactly.
But here's the thing though. If you're gonna look at it completely from a logical perspective, the spiritual anything is gonna seem really out there for you, no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely. But like I just said, also, what the fuck do I know? What if he did? He did do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I said, I'm just going through and like, I'm not just leaving it to one thing. He could have experienced all that. He could have felt like he was chained up. Maybe it was something else. I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? I could only think about
I feel like that's
scenarios.
a false dichotomy though, because I feel that even through like a logical standpoint, the conclusion that you could arrive to is that like the whole spiritual thing has to exist.
Yeah, definitely.
But in terms of like it's
most
probably
people are gonna get there.
Right, and I feel like it's more so in terms that are not yet explainable to layman's, but it's in relation to like probably quantum theory, quantum entanglement, fucking multiverse type of explanation.
Well, no,
You know what I mean?
this one's real specific because like you said a trip where he's like in chains.
No, I'm saying the whole quote unquote
said-
supernatural phenomena in general / spirituality.
Jewy said, "Man, I wish I was there. This is interesting and badass." Thank you, Jewy. Thanks for tuning in, bro.
Yeah. What's up, Juvie?
Another thing I was gonna ask you. You said you used to grow shrooms.
Yeah.
You never tried shrooms.
I used to eat up shrooms every day, all the time.
Oh, right.
There was a good like year of my life where I was doing acid and mushrooms every day, smoking weed all the time.
Okay.
Oh,
So
that's fucking crazy.
That is. Maybe that's why you're fucking crazy. Because sometimes with I don't know if it happens with mushrooms, but I know with acid you can stay up there
100%.
and never come down.
100%.
Yeah, I
But
think
what
that-
was your experience with it? Like,
Yeah.
what did you have any like?
Wait, but before you goes there, how did you even get into like
Okay, let's start there.
fucking
That's a good question.
growing shrooms? How'd you get the information? What caused you to be like,
Did you
I'm
take
gonna
a shit in a
start
Tupperware?
I was doing cocaine and I took a shit the next day. I was like, those are pretty.
I was living with some buddies of mine, and we just kind of like, hey, let's
Grow
get
some
weird.
mushrooms.
Let's get weird about it, basically.
So we took off our clothes.
Let's get awesome about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's get weird.
We had a buddy, Scuba Steve. He would sell it, so we kept ourselves clean.
Justin White just tuned in, and by the way, Justin #Laugh Laredo. Anyways, keep going.
Yeah, it was just one of those where we all just kind of like, just having fun, basically. I think it's important to be with close friends with any drug you do. You know what
100%.
I mean? The music you listen to is important. Like I would put on a lot of Beatles, and I remember walking around like it was extra sunny, the sun had a little face. It was like there was like bunnies walking around, the flowers were singing and dancing. And
There were rats.
Yeah.
So that leads me to this next question. Throughout your experiences with those psychedelics, did you have any one experience that was like very either like introspective or informative, or was it all just very like superficial and you were just like, oh, flashy lights?
There was one, I've only had one real bad trip myself.
But see, that's not the question. My question is not like, did you have a bad trip?
Well, and it's relative in the sense where the bad trip kind of woke me up to the idea of like there are certain barriers in my mind.
Right.
And I felt like that trip helped me realize where I lack, because I believe I'm fortunate to come out sane, because some people don't come out sane afterwards.
Right, for sure.
And so I kind of take that kind of stuff seriously, because it was one of those where like there's a lesson to learn. Like we're so small and insignificant compared to the universe. We're not even a grain of sand in perspective to the entire universe, and to me that's humbling. To me that puts me in a place where like, thank you God for just giving me life, like let alone that's it. It's always fun in games, and then something serious happens, and there's a perspective that's done. I think death is a big one. When someone dies, it's retrospective on what you're doing in your life. I think drugs is the second one. Specifically something like acid or mushrooms, because whatever internally you're dealing with, it comes out when you're high.
I think that's what happened to me.
Definitely.
100%. Yeah.
Like
and our conscious our consciousness, some people can look at it from just their conscious level. You know, it's telling us something. It's speaking to us, and I call it God. Some people call it the universe. Everyone has a different thing.
Right.
But there's certain principles that are applied regardless of where you're at. You know what I mean? I really do believe that. Because right now I'm talking to people who don't go to church or anything like that. They're not part of that. Because there's people in a box and there's people outside the box. I feel like I can talk to both sides because of my experiences.
Right.
Because it's one thing to be in a box and you're constrained to certain rules and ways of doing it. It seems superficial, right? But when you're outside the box, there's sometimes no rules at all. And everyone's just kind of like, everyone's doing whatever. You know what I mean? So I like to put into perspective that even if you call it the universe or you call it God, there's a higher power over us.
Right, for sure.
And we're finite. You know, we end at some point, and then maybe if you built a legacy, you know, maybe you're remembered, but otherwise no one cares. You know? And so those kind of things help me with my walk with God and how I perceive the world around me.
You're listening to 88.1 KHOY.
KHOY 88.1.
Here is Africa Toto. Dun, 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 dun.
That's a fucking good song, by the way.
That's a great song.
I wish I could play it, but we can't.
Yeah, that's what happened to me whenever I did mushrooms. It started off good. I was like, this is fun. I'm giggling. Oh, look at the lights. They're pretty. And then I called my friend Richard. It was his first time, too. He stayed back at my friend's house, at my friend's apartment, and I called. And then my friend's wife at the time, her girlfriend, answers the phone. I was like, hey, where's Richard? And she was like, he's on the floor facing down. And he has his hands like horse blinders. He was like this on the floor, on the carpet.
That's fucking cool.
So I was like, okay. I was like, tell him, if you just pass the pencil to me. And then you just hear Richard, I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to talk to him right now. And then I was like, is he okay though? He seems okay. I was like, all right, well, we're going back. And by the way, the mushrooms that I tried, they were in chocolate bars.
Nice.
Here's a fucked up thing. If you'd ever do chocolate bar
mushrooms. Did you pick
mushrooms.
the strain?
No, here's the fucked up thing. So I found out later on that you don't know how much the dosage is because they just throw mushrooms in this batch and they just mix it. So you don't know how much. And I was like, when they gave me the chocolate bar, I was like, I'm going to go ahead and eat 1.5.
Oh, shit. So you might have eaten like 2.5 grams, maybe.
I don't know.
3.
I don't know how much I ate, but me and Richard were like, all right, we got 3. I'll eat 1.5 and you eat 1.5. He's like, all right, cool. So by the way, we were delivering some more. We weren't selling them or anything, but we have extra. And a friend of ours, he was like, I'm fucking this guy. He wasn't even my friend, but he called us. He called Mike. He was the guy from the apartment. He's like, hey man, can you sell me some of those chocolate bars that you bought? I'm working a graveyard shift at the Motel 9, and it's boring, dude.
God damn. All right.
So we went to go take it to him, and we were coming back to the place, right? And everything was cool. Like I remember just the lights were like kind of hitting me like powder puffs, like poof, poof.
Right.
And I was like, this is fucking crazy, man. I'm having a good time. I started giggling for no reason. Right. You start giggling. And then we get to Mikey's house, right? Richard is already like on the couch, just not knowing where the fuck he's at. And I'm still like, okay, no, I'm good. I've done drugs. This is fine. So everything started changing for me. This is where the trip started getting bad. So I'm sitting on the couch, and I remember Family Guy was on, right? Now the couch is shaped like an L, like this, and then there's another couch over here, right, like and then the TV's over here, okay. Right? So I'm like, all right, we just watch Family Guy, whatever. All of a sudden, I see Peter Griffin, like the color starts moving away from him, but the outline is still there, like a coloring book.
What the fuck?
So the color is just going
like glitching and shit, or what?
Huh?
Like glitching and some
like
shit?
leaving
yeah,
his face,
right,
but the outline is still there, like a coloring book before you color it, right?
Okay.
So I was like, oh shit, okay, it's fine. This is supposed to happen. What did I expect? Here's what fucked me up. Out of the corner of my eye, something small went from behind the couch that's over here to behind the TV. So in the corner of my eye, this is how scared I was, that I just see something go, and I just went like, I didn't even look. I just went,
That's fucking awesome.
I literally just tightened up, and I didn't even. My eyes never looked.
Just
I
flexed every muscle in
my
your body.
peripheral, everything was my peripheral. Just, oh no, what was that?
Why?
And then another friend of mine that lived also there in an apartment. His name was Marty, and he was like, "Whoa, man, look at your eyes. You look like an eagle." I was like, "What do you mean?"
God, eagle vision.
And I never knew about like the dilation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was still young to the fucking game, so I went to. I was like, I don't know what you mean. I went to the fucking to the fucking the restroom to look at myself in the mirror.
You had a beak.
And holy shit, no, dude. I looked like a shark, just all black, like the pupil. There was no color. My eyes are already black, but I actually saw my pupil. I was like, oh shit. And then Mike was like, hey, relax, dude. Just
you can perceive.
Don't let it get to you. All right. I got an idea, which is a bad idea already. He's like, let's go to my room, all of us. Let's go to my room, and let's sync Pink Floyd with Space Odyssey. All right.
Oh shit, that's even crazier.
Lost.
And then he was like, I was like,
100%.
oh, okay. Is that gonna be okay? You're gonna love it. And then back in the day, though, now you can just go on YouTube and put it right, like Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
But back in the day, you literally had to. He would have to press play on his PlayStation and play on the DVD, like sync it at the right time.
Yeah. Like,
you know what I mean? Yeah. So
that's
there
I've never heard about that one. That's crazy.
Yeah, so there we are sitting on the fucking futon, right? It's me, my boy Lion, the guy who fucking said, you want to do shrooms at the beginning of the day. Richard, Marty, Mikey. Oh, Marty wasn't a Mikey. And then there's this white guy named Glenn. Glenn, he was always at that apartment, and he was always fucking shit-faced for everything, right? And he had this big, messy hair. So we're there watching, and it starts ding. And then I'm just like, what's that? Ding. That's the way it's, and the planet's coming, right? And then bam, down, and I was like, and then there's a part where
it's so fucking awesome.
There's a part where the fucking astronaut is going through time. It's like time warping, right? And then he's like fucking going through time. So there's like lights, like so that shit. The lights when he was going, and then the lights as he was going through hyper speed, that shit just started getting out of the TV, and it was just going above me, and I was like, and I was like, oh shit, like I'm traveling. I thought for a minute I was already dying, dude. I was like, this isn't real. I'm dying. And then there's a part where the guy's going through hyperspeed, right? So it just cuts back to him doing weird faces like and I'm like, what is this? So here's where it gets more fucked up. So and close to the end, he travels through speed, and I guess he finds himself in this white room, right? And there's a guy eating at a table, and there's a chair, right? And the guy's like bent over, and he's eating. He's like, whatever. He's not making noise, and the music's still playing. Time again, and I was like, oh shit. So the guy's just there, and the camera's just kind of panning to the guy, right? And the guy just like you just see the back of his head just turn up, like. And I'm like, oh shit. In my brain, I'm like, oh shit. He knows we're here. And then he just like kind of turns around. And it's this old man, and I guess it's the guy, whatever. But the camera's still panning to the guy. So as the guy's panning, the camera's panning to him, the guy's face is getting closer to my face. So I'm just sinking into the fucking futon. I'm just like, don't touch me. And then my boy Lion, he's a big fucking guy. Lion is a big fucking dude. We call him Lion for a reason, right? And he has this deep voice. And I remember like he saw me trip out, I guess, right? And he just like kind of got me behind the neck, and he was like, "Hey man, like just enjoy it.
You could be all right."
This is what I heard. Enjoy it. And then I fucking got his hand. I was like, "Hey, fucking move!" And then I look around the fucking room, and everyone is looking at me in my brain. Everyone's looking at me like this. And then Glenn, the drunk guy that I told you that always has fucked up hair. So his hair looked like he had two big horns. He had this big fucked up hair. So he had these two big horns, and he's just like. But in reality, he's just drunk, Glenn. You know what I mean? But he's like, ugh, and I was like, So I get my big water bottle, and I go outside, and I fucking just, as soon as I go outside, I feel a lot better, dude. I feel a lot better. I'm getting a little bit of cool breeze. I'm drinking my water. Still tripping because I'm outside, and there's this big fucking bushy tree, right? And all of a sudden I hear, so it's like fucking 4 a.m. at this time, and I'm fucking outside an apartment just going, "Who's there?" Like it's just it's weird, you know what I mean?
Just tripping.
So
That's
it might
cool.
have been more than 2 grams, I
Right.
believe, you know, because it was harsh. So the night's ending, right, and we go back home, and I don't know whoever's done the shrooms, but when you're coming down, you get so humbled and thankful. You know what I mean? I remember I was just having a retrospect. I was going like,
I agree.
man, I should be a better person. Like I should be a better person. I should, you know, just do better in life. I should be better. I should be better people, and all this fucking like positive things, right? And it was kind of beautiful at the time. And Lion took more mushrooms than us, right? So when me and Richard are coming down talking about the trip, Lion goes, "Do you guys see those ghosts over there?" Like he's barely starting his trip at 5 a.m. And we're like, "Nah, but we gotta go to sleep, dude." He's like, "Where are you guys going?" I was like, he's like, "All right, it's fine, it's fine."
God damn, that's fucking crazy.
And that's the only time I ever did mushrooms. And I found out later that it's never a good idea to do them indoors because your mind has nowhere to go but within itself. So if you're outdoors, your mind gets to fucking get out of and actually notice more things and
become one with nature.
Basically,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I agree
so
with
it's
that.
never a good idea to do mushrooms indoors unless, no, even if you're like in a rave party or whatever, it's never a fucking good
It's not
idea.
natural.
That sounds like the worst idea ever. I don't know. For me, psychedelics had a very different, like.
Yeah, you fucked a dude.
ambience. Yeah, it was your dad. No, it was very. It was like a very different experience for me for psychedelics because the very first time I tried LSD, it was like super introspective, like ego death type of experience. So after that, I was like, let me look into.
I guess
this
that's
shit.
what happened to me after,
Right.
after the come down. You know what I
Right.
mean? That's the best way I can describe it. Ego death.
Yeah, and like the first experience was like a super crazy like group telepathic experience that I don't know how to explain, but subsequently after that I was like, let me look into this shit a little bit more, and then like I got into reading about like meditation and all this other shit, right? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that while I'm on acid. So that was like my experience for like acid after that, and because when I did it, it didn't feel like, oh, I'm gonna take acid and go out and like party and shit. It felt like I took acid, and then to me, it just felt like, hey, dude, this is like some fucking serious shit that like you can use to your advantage, but you have to treat it with respect.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what it felt like to me, and I was like, okay. And it was weird because at the same time that like my inner group of friends were like stumbled upon acid, and we were having our experiences, like our outer group of people that were in some way, shape, or form like connected to us were also doing the same thing. It was like fucking weird. Like for some reason everybody was like trying it, right?
Yeah.
And but everyone knows
whoever the dealer was, they did a good job then.
for fucking real, dude. It was the CIA, I bet you anything.
Yeah.
And
Your dad?
so like our experiences with like my inner group of friends, I felt like we were kind of all on that same wavelength where like it was like, nah, like let's treat this with respect. Like it's something to be like revered almost, right? Like it's like a very, very spiritual fucking experience.
Almost
It's-
sacred.
Yeah, like fucking like something like that.
Like the
I
way
felt-
indigenous people use the drugs.
Exactly.
It's like
That's-
mostly sacred.
That's exactly what it felt like.
They don't do it for like recreationally.
Right.
They actually use it for spiritual reasons, and it's very sacred to him, like ayahuasca.
Right, exactly.
The frog with the fucking DMT and shit
the
like that.
5-MeO DMT.
Like Native Americans.
I guess.
Well, actually, they use peyote.
Yeah.
They use peyote. Yeah.
Like is every different like culture or whatever had their own version of it, and they had their shamans or whatever.
Did you become a man? Did you get your chakras? What's going on?
That's what I'm going to. That's the crazy part. So, yeah, like the first trip, it felt like that. It felt like I had stumbled upon something that was like ancient, sacred, and then like the previous people were like, here, now it's your turn. You know what I mean? Like something to pass down, almost like handing off with a torch type of thing.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I perceived it that way, but I did. And then so I got into reading a lot about like meditation, the whole chakra thing or whatever the fuck. So on my like second or third time, we popped the acid, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna sit down.
Was it a sheet of paper? Or
Yeah,
how
it was like
okay.
a tab. Yeah, so boom, we popped the acid. I was like, all right, I'm gonna fucking
Is
sit
it
down.
tasteless? I've never tried acid. Is it?
It's pretty tasteless, yeah,
Okay.
as far as I remember.
They usually put on those Listerine
Yeah.
strips.
Well, I mean, for me, it was like a little thing that was like an image. And you just cut like a little thing.
Oh, okay.
That's a lot of acid.
Yeah, I took like a fucking.
I know, but to get a sheet of paper like that full of acid.
I never had the sheet of paper. My friends would just be like, here, and I was like, okay, thanks.
I remember there was a couple times just you know.
Oh, you use drops.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in all different forms.
But
And-
wait. So you have tried acid?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Oh, I thought
mentioned
you just
acid
did
and
mushrooms.
mushrooms.
I just thought mushrooms. Okay.
I've been out there, man.
I'm afraid of acid.
It's
You,
the
you
same.
should you should be afraid of it. I think
I
some
don't-
people shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
If I'm already like in this like hesitant thing, it's not for me then.
Yeah.
But I want to do mushrooms again sometime.
That's fine.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I want to do it in a different way. I
Right,
want
right,
to
right.
be in
Different
a,
experience.
in a good state of it's a good state of mind. I want to be
It's
outside
because that's
somewhere.
the point. That's the point, though. Like where I don't think that it, like your state of mind, regardless, is not going to change the experience. The experience is going to take you where you need to go,
Yeah, that's true.
and it's up to you to be able to come out the other side.
I've always wanted to do ayahuasca for my depression.
I agree
and
with that
anxiety.
statement.
Same.
By the way.
Yeah. And same. I'm fucking trying to manifest it somehow, but I don't know yet. But it'll happen. But
Yeah.
anyways, so that was the after like being introduced to it or whatever. It for me it took on that kind of thing, right? And as I got further into it, the second thing that we had, it was actually myself and Justin and a couple of other homies, but my other two homies had to leave, so it was just me and Justin. And I was like, let's just sit down and meditate. So we sat down in Justin's room and shit back in the day, like it was like fresh out of high school, and we started meditating, right? Just sitting, fucking cross-legged, whatever. And for me,
jacking off each other.
Right.
right? Stop talking about your gay fantasy, bro.
Are you about to come, Justin?
Yeah.
I know what they mean by nirvana. Not my chin, dude.
Right. Yeah. And so that was basically it. And like the form of meditation, there was a bunch of like ways on how to do it or whatever the fuck. But to me, the one that always worked and still does to this day is to just really like focus on your breathing pattern and try to maintain it.
Yeah.
Without just letting like your thoughts come and go. Don't acknowledge them, but just keep your mind on your breath. And as I got deeper and deeper in this specific session, like everything tuned out, and I felt like my hearing, especially my senses, felt like they were getting sharper, but my eyes were closed, but I can hear like the fucking traffic outside. I can hear like helicopters flying around, like the fucking border patrol, all that shit. It was weird as fuck. And then after a while that tuned out completely, and it was just like super silent. And then it started with like just colors. And like the further I got into it, it went from like fucking orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then ultimately it was like just white, and there was nothing there. And like at the same time, the sensation was like, if I was sitting down, it felt like
Like you had chills?
No. Like it felt like being pulled out of my body and like zoomed out like of the universe, like boom, the planet, Earth, space, whatever the fuck, the universe ultimately, and then it was just like white, right? And then at that moment, it was like this weird, almost like if it was someone also sitting down in a similar style with like their legs crossed, but you couldn't see them. Like it was just white, and there was like a weird border like around their edge.
Shit, like an aura.
Exactly. But there was nothing in the middle, and then there was like what I thought was like energy, like coming into this thing and then coming back out, and then coming in and then coming back out, and then I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And at that point, like I think physically I had slowed my breath down enough to where like my heart rate was super low, everything was super low, and I could just feel like super fucking relaxing, like whatever you feel the most relaxed version of yourself is, like that.
How long did it take you to get there?
Fuck, I don't know, dude. My perception of time was horrible by this point.
Okay.
So, and the fucked up part is that like myself and Justin were on LSD, and there was another homie of ours that wasn't. And as we were going,
oh, you did this on LSD?
Yeah.
Okay.
And as we were going through like the meditation and shit, the dude that wasn't on anything was like describing what I was seeing with my eyes closed, which was fucking weird.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like the whole color transitionary thing. Like he was like, what the fuck? And so was Justin. He was like, what the fuck are all these colors and everything? At the same time that I was like, in my eyes closed.
I mean, that kind of explains the whole energy thing.
Yeah.
Because we're all energy, essentially.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
these are like finite bodies, but essentially we're all energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Even the matter or whatever that makes up like your physical body is just like a form. It's an atom that's emitting energy at like a specific frequency, and then it manifests in this fucking reality or whatever, right? So that's
we're just carbon footprints.
Probably. No, so anyways, that was like a very, very impactful experience. And then after like coming back from that, it was just like, whoa, I felt like super, like if you've ever heard the expression, I felt like my mind and my body felt like one thing. That's exactly what the fuck that felt like. Like, it was fucking crazy. Like, I don't think I've ever had that same physical feeling before.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, but it was weird. And then, yeah, like the rest of the trip was pretty fucking retarded after that. We went outside and we walked around in the neighborhood, and I was just like, whoa, this is fucking crazy. And then after a while, like, Justin and I ended up getting separated. He went back home, and I just kept walking around. And like at one point, I was like, "Holy shit!" Like it was,
and that's how you become homeless,
right? And it was like,
was it like a Forrest Gump moment where you're like, "Okay, I'm tired of running now."
Yeah, like something
I'm
like that.
gonna go home now.
Yeah. He was like, "Dude, I don't think we should be outside." And I was like, "No, dude, it's cool." And he was like, "Nah, man, I'm just gonna go back inside." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'm just."
Where'd you get that dead cat, dude?
and so I just kept walking around, and like it was a fucking hardcore sensory overload. Like,
yeah,
I was way too sensitive to light and shit. Where to the point where like, so this one part in Justin's neighborhood, the main street that like leads off to all the other cul-de-sacs and shit, right? It's has the street lights, and then it's kind of like off to the side, it's just like a little bit of monte, off to the other side a little bit of monte, a fucking park or whatever. And as I'm walking, like,
is that how you walk?
I was walking like this. I was walking in slow motion.
Gonna walk
in my mind, I was walking in slow motion, so I was like, whoa, this is trippy. No, so like I'm looking forward, and I can see up to maybe like the next light post, but my eyes are so dilated that the light is fucking bright from that point, and the rest is dark. So what I was perceiving was like, as I was walking, like the fucking, almost like a video game. Like, you know how it's like loading and everything will start like forming as you're fucking walking?
Oh, shit.
That's what the fuck it felt like. And I was like, what the fuck? This is crazy. And then I walked to like some fucking, I ended up in the parking lot of some like little plaza. It's like right there. It's like by Century City. Yeah. And then I was just like, damn, I feel fucking overwhelmed as fuck. So I just like sat down, and it was in the middle of the night, so there was like really no one around or anything. So I just sat down, and I was like laid back. And I just like, okay, I just started to breathe again. And then at that point, it got really fucking crazy. Because like, it was the middle of the night, but I could feel like the sunlight on my skin and shit. And then I can hear like fucking waves and like birds, and then people, and then more cars, and then like different people. And I was like, whoa, this is fucking crazy. Like, I don't know. It was just a super weird experience.
I would have lost my shit.
And so I got back up, and I was like, damn.
That sounds like a really awesome trip, man.
Yeah, it was. It was fucking amazing. It was fucking wild.
You know what's also crazy? Self-hypnosis. I don't know if you ever tried it.
No, before. I've never. I mean, it's kind of the same thing as meditation if you think about it.
Almost. But a guy kind of guides you there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Have you tried self-hypnosis? I usually I do it once in a while for my anxiety and whatnot. And I've only gone into hypnosis maybe 3 times out of the whole times that I did it. But the crazy part about it is that when you do self-hypnosis, like, you don't know that you're asleep, right? And I remember all those 3 times I just heard, okay, wake up. And
damn.
Yeah, and this is on YouTube, by the way, and I just put it like on my fucking Google Home or whatever, and I'm just laying down and I follow the instructions, and you just hear, okay, and awake. And then I woke up, but all those 3 times when I wake up, I feel like if my brain got out of my body, they washed it up.
You just feel refreshed,
they
right?
drained everything out, and they put it back in my body, and I just felt like so good, like almost coming down from an ecstasy trip. Like, this is nice. I was just so full. I was so fucking refreshed, you know. So, yeah, I suggest if you have problem like depression or anything, try self-hypnosis. If not, get a professional, because it's pretty fucking pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's free.
Yeah.
Sometimes. If you go on YouTube, it's free. Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
What is your girlfriend cooking? It smells delicious.
I have no idea. We're cooking up something for the dogs.
Wait, what?
Like, I mean, we're making ourselves dinner, and we're also just treating them to like a nice little Sunday dinner for them.
That's fucking adorable,
That's
dude.
pretty thoughtful.
That's fucking adorable, man.
Yeah, I mean, we bathed them and shit earlier, too, so we're like, okay.
We bathed our babies, and we're going to feed them.
They needed it.
What do you guys
What
like
kind of
cook
dogs do
for
you
them?
Just like some chicken and rice, like, you know, stuff like that. A little bit of
they're eating
vegetables
better
in
than
there.
third world country kids. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
What did you ask her? I didn't hear you.
What kind of dogs are they?
The mother, which is the
mother looks like pickles.
Yeah. Fuck. What the fuck? She's half lab, half husky.
Okay.
And then their dad is a Cocker Spaniel poodle.
Yeah, I was gonna say Cocker Spaniel with
Yeah.
something.
So like they
all
those
look
4
like,
breeds.
So they all look like shit.
Yeah.
They're
yeah, except for
nuts.
the mom is fucking beautiful, but the 2 smaller ones, nah, they're kind of gross. But I love them. One of them has dope ass eyes though. If you look at his eyes, he has like those mismatched husky eyes. So like one of them is like green and gray, and the other one's like blue.
I'm just playing. I love them all. Dogs are beautiful.
Me too. So I mean, it's fun. Except Chihuahuas. Chihuahuas can suck a dick.
Dude, Chihuahuas are not dogs.
Hey, I have a Chihuahua, dude.
I know. I'm sorry.
They're like overgrown rats.
Hey, man.
They can be annoying. Like, like a well-behaved Chihuahua, I'll accept.
Yeah, my Chihuahua's trained. She poops in her pads.
Badass.
She fucking lets me know when she's ready to get on bed.
Hey, I'm ready.
She lets me know, like, she'll shut up when I say shut up. You know what I mean? She's great. I love you, Lola. I love you. I love you forever, Lola.
Like, and I know I'm saying this as a joke, but like, why haven't people just let like the falcons eat all the Chihuahuas?
Because Chihuahuas are smart, dude. That's why. If nature didn't want them, they wouldn't be here, dude.
Why do you lie? If they were outside, they totally get eaten by falcons or hawks. Or
a lot of them are outside. Yeah. Speaking of which, I saw one of those fucking hawks in my neighborhood fucking take down a pigeon.
Did it look cool?
I didn't see it take it down. It was just on it already, and the pigeon was still like, "Fuck you," and I was like, "What the fuck am I?" I didn't know what I was watching at the time. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And it was just a hawk on the fucking thing, just chilling. And the pigeon's like, "Fuck you, dude!" And then the hawk's just like, "All right, I'm gonna eat you." Just ran off with a pigeon.
That's fucking cool.
Nature.
Yeah.
Like a high school teacher.
Mexico has golden eagles, dude, and there's a lot of Chihuahuas on the street. They're not fucking with them, dude. I think Chihuahuas can fight back a little bit. Even though they're small, they're dogs.
Maybe if there was harpy eagles, at that point they probably.
Maybe, yeah.
Because those eat fucking chimps.
They do?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They're huge.
They're huge, yeah. I think I know what you're talking about.
They look gnarly as fuck.
Yeah.
It's a fucking flying dinosaur.
Like when you're driving up to Austin, I know that there's like these big old nests with these
bald
eagles. Yeah, it's pretty insane actually.
Bald eagles are majestic as fuck. I think eagles in general are fucking majestic.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
But these things are huge, dude. Like these like I feel like I can sit in the nest. You know what I mean? Like these things are huge.
Well, yeah, they're pretty big. Bald eagles can be big, but the harpy eagle, yeah, dude.
The harpy eagle is fucking huge, dude. Like
I'm gonna fuck up that.
Yeah, look it over.
I think Mongolians like
they like hunt with them. Yeah,
they hunt with them, right? Yeah. They take down fucking goats. Oh no, like fucking wolves. Yeah, they hunt wolves, dude. Like that's fucking crazy. Shout out to the Mongolians, man. Have you heard their type of singing? Throat singing?
The throat singing. Yeah, dude. Where's Kevin at? Kevin does a good throat singer.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
dude, that's fucking dope. I find it kind of interesting. At first, I was like, "What the fuck are they doing?" But after all, they're like, "Actually, it's pretty cool."
Yeah,
it's pretty fucking cool. Yeah. Now there's death metal. There's death metal throat
that has
singing.
That? What the fuck?
Yeah,
that's cool. I guess.
Yeah. It's so, and they have like these ancient fucking violins or whatever the fuck. Any fucking ways, I gotta go home and feed my dog and myself. Lola, whatever Lola wants, Lola gets, man.
Oh, casino. Wait, is that? Yeah,
it's actually a song, but yeah, that's fine.
That's Currency.
No, it's an old song actually.
Oh, okay.
It's like whatever Lola wants.
Currency has that in one of his songs.
Yeah,
which is
Lola
also
Lola gets
cool. Yeah. But anyways, all right, man. It's been like a swell time.
It is. Yeah, this is a great fucking podcast, man. It was great talk. A lot of listeners. So I'm gonna just go ahead and plug again the shows that I got coming up. So tomorrow I'll be in Austin. In this place called Baker Street. I'll be headlining the Misfits Comedy Showcase September 13th. It's Friday the 13th. I'll be headlining Feed the Funny at the Blind Tiger Comedy Club. If you've never been to the Blind Tiger, it's fucking amazing. It's very limited seat because it's like in a basement at the Magic Time Machine. So
it's in San Antonio?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's so dope. If you want to fucking drive up with us, dude.
I confused that one with the Paper Tiger in Austin.
Yeah, no. The Paper Tiger is like a venue for music. I mean, they have comedians sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no. So the Blind Tiger Comedy Club, September 13th. September 18th at the Rooftop Comedy Showcase here in Laredo.
Go to that
with
one.
Corey Mack and Ina Esther. I might do the Bear Stage in San Antonio on the 21st, but it's not confirmed yet. October 3rd, I'm going to be in Fort Worth at Hyenas, I believe. That's also still in the works. But for sure, October 17th, I'm going to be at the Addison Improv over there in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Oh, yeah, and that week, October 17th, that whole week, I'm gonna let go. I'm going to go on a getaway by myself. I'm actually going to rent a cabin like in the...
Sounds like a good time to drop shrooms, homie.
Yeah, no. I'm going to be in a cabin by myself in like the hill country of Texas, and it's going to be fucking fantastic. So I'm going to be on vacation, so...
Deuces.
Chakra, dude.
And we can get all of these dates on your social media, right? They're all there.
Yeah.
Posted.
If you don't have me, it's at Aaron Suarez/Facebook.com. Is that how you do it?
Facebook.com/Aaron Suarez.
Facebook.com/Aaron Suarez. Follow Good Said Bro, which is Facebook.com/Good Said Bro. And Instagram, it's Aaron_Suarez_comedy. I know it's long, but I'm not very creative. And yeah, that's it. Anything you got going on?
Peralta.
Jesus loves you.
Jesus does love you, and the mic
100%.
dropped, man. I feel like it's there's been a progression, and it's a really great show. It's how I started. So I just shout out to the mic drop. You
can catch it. Yeah, you can catch that every Thursday at Cultura Beer Garden. Fourth Dimension Fridays, September 6th. We'll be talking about cryptids.
Ooh, nice.
So,
do you already have the guests mentioned yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm trying to lock it down. But yeah, so we actually haven't booked the musical. Actually, I need to get on that. Now that I think about it. Anyways, so if you're gonna pull up, bring a tinfoil hat. Enjoy drink specials all night.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna be doing that. I'm gonna finally take my own. I don't know why I haven't taken mine, but anyways, pull up, have a good time. Last time was a great turnout.
It was fucking great.
Awesome.
It was fucking great.
It was hilarious as fuck too.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
It was fucking funny.
Yeah,
I didn't think about that, but anyways, that's it, dude. Peace.
All right, bye.
That was fun, man.